Apple TV Plus has secretly, well, not even secretly, because I've mentioned this before, one of my favorite streaming services. And I think it's going to be the favorite of mine here pretty shortly if they keep up the run that they've had with a lot of their sci fi series. A lot of the things that Apple is doing as far as sci fi is concerned, in my humble opinion, is the best in the business, hands down. That's just what I think. Okay. So I've been watching this show, Foundation, and I found out early on in watching it, it was based on a novel by Isaac Asimov, who is considered to be the father of sci-fi, or at least modern sci-fi. I've never read a novel from Isaac Asimov. To my shame, I haven't. So today, I ordered the first book in the Foundation series. And if this series is good, I will be reading the rest of the books. Now, oftentimes, what happens with miniseries is the book is always better than the show. I don't think you can get around this. I think you can try. I think people have tried to make shows as good as they possibly can, but it never really makes it. So I'm going to read the book, understanding that it may give me a slightly jaded view of what I think about the show, but hopefully not, because I think Apple does a pretty good job of putting out shows, making them as accurate to the books as possible. They also have Silo, and I didn't realize how many books were written in that Silo series. I think there's three. And as far as I know, the seasons they've had thus far has been like the first book. I could be mistaken on that. That's another book I'm going to pick up. I like reading, but sometimes you pick up a sci-fi book and you think it's going to be really good. Cover looks good. You turn to the back of the book, you kind of get a brief rundown of what the book is, and you get into the book and it's like, yeah, this really didn't do it for me. And that's happened to me a few times. But I have a sneaking suspicion that this Isaac Asimov novel is going to be really good. Obviously, him writing so many years ago and being so celebrated, I'm going on the impression, or I'm getting the impression that I'm going to enjoy this. So anyway, got this article from Apple.com, their press release for the release of Foundation season 3. I'm waiting for this. And I hope the show doesn't get bogged down by the story and I don't know why this happens. Great shows seem to get bogged down by the story when it gets really good. Like things get too complicated, the story gets too intricate. It's like the showrunners don't know what to do and things just go south. Anyway, Apple's hit saga Foundation to return for season 3 on February 11th. War is upon us in first teaser and images from Foundation season 3, starring Lee Pace, Jared Harris, Lou LaBelle, and more. The acting is phenomenal. Yo, Apple, like really, when I tell you, if you have not been watching Apple TV, I'm telling you, you need to. You're missing out. If you've not been checking out Apple TV Plus and the shows that they've put on, even their movies, I've watched some of their movies and been thoroughly impressed. So you definitely need to be up on Apple TV. All right. Today, Apple TV unveiled the first teaser for the third season of Foundation, the epic saga from storyteller David S. Goyer, and announced that the series will return for season 3 on Friday, July 11th, based on Isaac Asimov's award-winning series and led by Emmy Award-nominated actress Jared Harris and Lee Pace alongside star Lou LaBelle. The 10-episode season will debut globally with the episode on Friday, July 11th on Apple TV Plus, followed by new episodes weekly every Friday through September 12th. The Apple original drama is produced for Apple TV by Skydance Television. And like I said, this show is absolutely fantastic. I've enjoyed it. No show is perfect. So of course you got your things in the show that it's like, I don't really care for this, but you know what? Doesn't matter. The show is good and I like it. Um, Foundation has captivated audiences with its intricate world building, stunning visuals, bold storytelling, and compelling performances. Season 3 continues the epic chronicle of a band of exiles on their monumental journey to save humanity and rebuild civilization amid the fall of the galactic empire. It's and the thing, this the thing. Like when I read this, and I never looked into this, so geeks out there, you probably already know the answer. Again, don't come for me in the comments. I don't know everything. But I wonder if the foundation inspired George Lucas. Because as far as I know, let me see. I want to say, let's see, when the foundation was written. When was foundation written? It was, I have a general idea, but I want to get, the exact. So Foundation was written in the early 1940s by Asimov. So I wonder how much of an influence this played on George Lucas when he wrote Star Wars. I would imagine that it probably had quite a big effect, if I had to guess. All right, so it says, set 152 years after the events of season 2, the Foundation has become increasingly established far beyond its humble beginnings, while the Cleonic dynasty's empire has dwindled as both of these galactic powers forge an uneasy alliance. A threat to the entire galaxy appears in the fearsome form of a warlord known as the Mule, whose sights are set on ruling the universe by use of physical and military force, as well as mind control. It's anyone's guess who will win, who will lose, who will live, and who will die, as Harry Seldon, Gal Dornick, and Cleons and Demerzel play a potentially deadly game of intergalactic chess. And all of these different pieces, as you watch the show, all of these different pieces, how they match up, how, the power struggles that go on, and the intricate backstories that weave back into everyone's story. Man, Isaac Asimov, I don't know how much of the show, like I said, is different from the novel, but if the novel is better than this is probably going to be one of the best sci-fi novels that I've ever read. I'm probably going to read all of them, Lord willing. Season 3 of Foundation introduces new characters and stars, including Emmy Award-winning Cherry Jones, Brandon P. Bell, Sinove Carlson, Cody Fern, Thomas LaMarquis, Alexander Siding, Academy Award-winning Troy Kutzer, and Pilou Asbeck. The series also stars returning cast Laura Byrne, Cassian Belton, Terrence Mann, and Rowena King. Foundation is produced for Apple by Skydance Television. They already said that. Goyer serves as executive producer with Bill Bose, David Ellison, Dana Goldberg, Matt Tunnell, Robin Asimov. Oh, I didn't know one of his. I should have known that. That should have been a no-brainer. David Cobb, Christopher, Jay Byrne, Leigh Dana Jackson, Jane Epinson, and Roxanne Dawson are serving as executive producers. I always wonder with TV shows. I don't know anything about Hollywood outside of the movies I like, but man, do you really need all of these people for one show? It's kind of crazy. The complete first and second season of Foundation are now streaming globally on Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus offers premium. Yeah. It's going to get into all of that stuff I don't care about. But yeah, Foundation season 3. I am definitely waiting for this. I cannot wait. I keep wanting to look into my old camera, but my new camera's over here. Anyway, I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for Apple TV Plus Foundation series. There's a couple. I don't know of any series I've watched on Apple TV. I don't know if there's been one I did not like. There are many I like more than others. And there are some shows I haven't watched just because they didn't catch my attention. They don't look like anything I would be interested in, but I don't know. After my string of luck watching shows on Apple TV Plus. And the thing is, this is the thing that I believe they're doing. Somebody might disagree with me in the comments. Maybe you've watched more of the things offered by Apple TV, and maybe there's a lot of garbage. But everything I've watched thus far has all been grade A. Like grade A. I have not been disappointed, not one time. And that's kind of crazy because a lot of these streaming services are filled with filler garbage. A lot of them are. I'm just being honest. But Apple TV Plus, I have been thrilled. And I remember sitting down to watch, what's that show? For All Mankind. For All Mankind is alternative history, NASA space race. And the first couple episodes, I was like, all right. Next thing I know, I'm done with season 1. I'm moving on to season 2. And I was like, yo, this actually was more intriguing way more intriguing than I thought it would be. So Apple TV Plus is doing their thing. I'm not mad at them. I think Apple TV Plus, if they keep on this trajectory, I'm not saying they'll be on top, but who knows? Who knows? If they keep this trajectory, Apple TV might be the number one streaming service because the quality they're putting out. And that's another thing. The special effects on Foundation, I don't want to say it's cinema worthy, but I really need to watch this like on a big screen or a projector. And then I'll let you know if I think it's like big screen worthy. Like these special effects look way beyond what you see on, some network TV show. We'll see. But Foundation, if you have not watched it, I'm telling you, you are missing out.